Greninja is announced as the next 7-star Tera Raid event in Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. Let's show you all the details that you need to know so you can start preparing for it. Welcome back, everyone. It's Abdallah here with even more Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. As you guys know, Greninja is going to be the next 7-star Raid event, and I'm super excited for it, not only being a huge fan of Greninja myself, being him in Smash Bros. And movies, and Ash Greninja, this, that, or the other. He's actually a very, very strong Pokemon with a diverse move pool, so it's going to be pretty intimidating, but we're going to do our best to find out what exactly he can potentially have so that you guys can prepare. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you guys didn't already enter our 950,000 subscriber giveaway of a Nintendo Switch OLED, make sure you guys do so by clicking the link in the description below, and of course, hitting that subscribe button to help us reach our goal. If you guys go over to the Poke Portal, you'll be able to see the News tab, and once you hit the News tab, you'll be able to then see that it says that we are going to be able to catch a Greninja with the Mightiest Mark. That's going to be on January 27th at 0 UTC all the way through Sunday. So it's a Friday to Sunday event, and then he'll come back a good couple days later, February 10th through February 12th. So another Friday to Sunday. So really excited for that. Now, it's going to be interesting because he's going to be a Poison Tera type. As you can see over here, he'll also have the Mightiest Mark, and yeah, if you'll only be able to catch one of them within the game. So he's kind of like Charizard and Cinderace, those events there. Now, if you guys have done anything, or you guys have paid attention to anything that we've done, what I do is I like to find a solo raid build and then bring that online and carry a lot of you guys so that you guys can get it, and you don't have to worry about building any Pokemon. So I'll be doing that all throughout those weekends. So make sure that you guys are on board with hitting that subscribe button. All right, anyway, it also says over here, strong foes make powerful allies in the battle against Greninja. It says, during this event, you may encounter Bronzong and Lucario during these raids, and they're going to be in 4- and 5-star Tera Raid battles. Their Tera types are going to be random, but if you catch them, they'll make powerful teammates against the battle against Greninja. Yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. So there's the event schedule. You guys have it right over there. Featured Pokemon is going to be Greninja, and then Bronzong and Lucario. And we're all set. There's really nothing else. You need Nintendo Switch Online for it, and you're great. It says, after completing post-game events, you'll be able to find Black Tera Raid Crystals. However, people who haven't completed these events may still participate by joining others. Specifically me. I will hard carry you. Anyway, so Greninja, oh my gosh. Let's actually talk about Greninja for a second here. Now, I'm going to jump on this side of the screen because this is a little open. We're going to be using the Pokemon Showdown beta, so you guys can head on over there to play.pokemonshowdown.com, and you guys can build any Pokemon that you want. But right over here on the screen is going to be a Greninja. Typically, what we know is that he's got level 100 stats, so that's going to be exactly right over here. You'll be able to see 285. These are his base stats on board. His HP is not that high, but you can see that his regular attack stat or physical attack stat is 95. You'll also see his defense is very, very low at 67. Special attack stat is 103. You've got 71 for special defense, and speed is very, very high. So he's going to be outspeeding all of us and hitting us very hard with either attack or special attack. Those stats are right over here with the 31 IVs, because remember, he's going to be perfect all the way down, and he's not going to have any EVs on them, so this is pretty much what his stats are going to be on there, approximately. All right, now, abilities are most likely going to be Protean. I don't believe that he's going to be the Battle Bond ability, because that's reserved for Ash Greninja. So anyway, Protean is going to be the exact same thing as Cinderace's Libero, so it changes the type of its type to the move that it's using once per battle. So honestly, it's not going to be too bad. Now, he's going to be Tera type Poison. That means that why would they give him Poison Tera type if he doesn't already have a move that's going to be a poison attack? So if you take a look over here at type, you can click on Poison. We kind of sift through and see what all the poison moves he has, and it's really just Gunk Shot and Toxic Spike. So obviously, Gunk Shot is going to be the one. It's going to be huge power at 120 power. 80% accuracy is relatively shaky, so he's going to be missing that relatively a lot. And of course, it can poison you along the way. So anyway, Gunk Shot is going to be a guaranteed move on there. So we just type Gunk Shot right over in that way. All right, so other than that, Greninja, a gunk shot is a physical attack, by the way. Greninja also has water shuriken. Like, that's his special move. He throws little ninja stars that are made out of water. So, of course, that's going to be one of his moves in his move pool. Now, you can see over here, water shuriken's a special type attack, and it hits 2 to 5 times in one turn with a power of 15. Plus same type attack bonus, so it's going to be a little bit more than that. So yeah, after turn effects of how long that takes might be the thing, but the really eye-opening thing about that is that it's a special attack, meaning we've seen a full-on physical build for Cinderace, we've seen a full-on special build for Charizard, so we can build specific counters to those. If he's going to have Water Shuriken, then that means that he's going to have special attacks and he's going to have physical attacks if he's using Gunk Shot, which is kind of scary. Now, what they could do is they can get rid of Water Shuriken and give him Waterfall. Maybe. I mean, if they're not really going for the theme to just go all physical attacks. Here's hoping that they don't run mixed, because that's going to be a little bit harder on all of us. Taking a look over here, taking a look at his Dark type attacks, he can definitely get some really, really strong ones over here. If we go to Dark, filter by that, get rid of Poison, we can see that he has access to Dark Pulse, which is special, and he also has Night Slash, which is right over here, which is going to be a physical attack. He can do either of these and completely hurt us with the Night Slash. So again, he can run physical or special with that one. I think that with his other coverage move, I'm going to lean towards possibly doing Ice Punch, but you can see over here that if you take a look on this side of the screen here, you'll be able to see that he's got lots of things, such as Blizzard. He has access to Brick Break, Chilling Water, so many things, Extra Sensory, Grass Knot even. Man, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Liquidation, got a fighting type attack and Low Kick. He's got Rock Slide, Shadow Sneak, Surf he's got access to a boosting move in the form of Swords Dance. Man, this is so scary thinking about what he can do. But remember, we can't overreact to it because we've seen lots of things with Charizard before and having Solar Beam, and it didn't end up having it in his moveset. So we just have to take this with a grain of salt. He's got so many different moves. U-Turn over here, Water Shuriken, Aerial Ace. I don't think he's going to run Dig or Fling, but Hydro Cannon if he really wants to. Icy Wind to slow us down. Mud Shot, Mud Slap. Has Rain Dance, so he can really just power himself up even more with Water Shuriken. Yeah, he's got access to way, way crazy move pools over here. So I'm just going to leave that as a preliminary look right now as to that's what I kind of think his snapshot's going to be. I want to say it's going to be all physical attacks, Night Slash, Gunk Shot, Ice Punch, and then the only special one is going to be Water Shuriken because it's not as strong. Anyway, here's hoping that it's not. All right, so that's Greninja in a nutshell. He is going to be super fast, super strong. You guys can take a look at his end stats right over here with very, very fast speeds and a neutral nature. So, yeah, I'm very excited for that. But, of course, we have some preliminary builds that I'll show you guys exactly what is going on in the team builder over here. So, I just quickly, off the top of my head, thought of about, what, 6 Pokemon that'll end up doing work. Now, they did mention before... They did mention Bronzor, right? Remember, they're going to say Bronzor and Lucario, both of these Pokemon are going to be around to help you get them and use them against Greninja. Now, why would they give you Bronzong when, in fact, Greninja is strong against Bronzong because of the Dark type attacks, right? So that leads me to believe that maybe Greninja is not going to be carrying any Night Slash or Dark Pulse if they're going to be choosing for you to bring Bronzong and offering that specific 4 to 5 star raid battle. So if that's the case, then all the Psychic Pokemon are going to be fair game. So anyway, here's a Bronzong. This is the build that I came up with. As you can see over here, the main build is going to be a Psychic Terra type with the ability Levitate. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, Heat Proof, Levitate, doesn't matter there. I'm going to start off with the Reflect to help out the entire team against physical attacks in the event that Greninja is going to be a physical attacker. Metal Sound is great because that lowers the Greninja's special defense by 2 stages. You can do that 3 times and completely debuff him all the way to -6. You can then continue to run Calm Mind in order to boost yourself up. as many times as you want, as we've seen with Slowbro. And then over here, releasing the stored power is going to be the same kind of build. It takes for a lot of setup, so we really have to find out when he's going to wipe our positive stats and then work around that. Anyway, Bronzong seems pretty cool. Basic EV spread max. We've got max HP, and then I also did max special attack, so decent. Again, preliminary. I haven't gone and EV trained these Pokemon yet, so I'm still tweaking them. Next up, they said Lucario would be an interesting Pokemon that they're going to offer. So let's take a look over here. We can run a physical Lucario set, or you can run a special Lucario set. Now remember, Lucario's entire stats are going to be pretty neutral. You can run the mix, you can run special attack or physical attack. They're very similar. So this one, I opted to go into the Screech build. Screech is going to debuff his entire special, he's going to debuff his defense by 2 stages. You can use that 3 times. Then you've got access to Swords Dance, and then of course you've got Earthquake over here. Last slot can be really anything: Life, Dew, Heal, Pulse, any of those things in order to boost. Likewise, on the other spectrum of things, you can run Metal Sound, a Nasty Plot, and then Psychic in order to do a little bit more power. So what's really cool about that is using Justified, though. That's why I went for the physical build, is because this is a hidden ability called Justified. Every time he takes damage from a dark type move, it'll boost his attack by 1 stage. So that's actually pretty good, but it's kind of redundant if you're already using Swords Dance. Likewise, if you don't want to use Swords Dance, he does have access to Bulk Up, which is going to be a little bit better in case you want to use the Justified boost. You can pick and choose whatever you want with that. We'll have to play it by ear. Next up is going to be Clodsire. As you can see over here, it's going to be a ground Terra type with the ability Water Absorb. Water Absorb is going to render all of his water moves useless. He is also a poison type, so that's also pretty awesome in case Gunk Shot comes out. That's going to be resisted. So the entire set I have right over here is Curse in order to boost our attack and defense. I mean, that can work. I'm actually running the special build over here, so we don't necessarily need Curse. Acid Spray is really the crux of the build here, using Acid Spray to continuously lower his defense. You can use Earth Power in order to go with the special attacking one, which complements Acid Spray very well. And of course, you can also use Recover. Likewise, if you don't want to run the special variation, you can run a physical variation with Earthquake. It's going to be the exact same thing, but it'll benefit from Curse. So you can pick and choose whatever you want on that one. So he's decent. We'll have to figure out what we're going to do with him later. Next up is going to be Toxicroak. The cool thing about Toxicroak is that it's got dry skin, so every time it gets hit by a water type move, it'll heal. And also, if it's in the rain, it'll also get passive recovery as well. Now, typically, I wouldn't recommend running Rain Dance on a set that you're going online with, because then all of everyone else's damage from Water Shuriken or whatever water move is going to be very, very strong. So I would do this with a solo with computers only. But ultimately, you want to take a look at this. Mud Slap is going to be using that in order to lower his accuracy by 1 stage. So do that 6 times. Come on over here to Swords Dance, use that 3 times, and then proceed to use Earthquake. Then I said, like earlier, if you want to set up Rain Dance first turn, you can do so. So pretty easy, pretty interesting. I equipped him with the Shell Bell. All right, next up is going to be Gastrodon, taking another vein of Pokemon with abilities that negate water type moves. Is none other than Storm Drain. Every time you take a water move, it will boost your special attack by 1, and you're immune to that, which is awesome. You've got the exact same kind of concept over here with Mud Slap. You're going to be using the accuracy debuff 6 times. You can use Acid Armor to increase your own defense for survivability. You can use Recover if you need the health. And then, of course, busting out Earth Power, which perfectly complements Storm Drain. And the EVs are over here as well. HP, special attack, and a little bit of defense. All right, and then last but not least is my personal favorite Pokemon since Generation 1 is Vaporeon. I would say that this one's actually really fun because I don't often get to use a Vaporeon. So we're going to do like a Psychic variation of Vaporeon, ironically enough. It's got Water Absorb, so it's going to take all of those hits perfectly well. If there's a Dark type move, that's the reason why we're using Vaporeon versus Espeon. So using Fake Tears in order to debuff his special defensive stat. We've got Acid Armor to boost our defensive stat. and then Calm Mind in order to give us even more boost to make stored power the greatest possible. And then, of course, EVs are going to be exactly like this: max HP, max special attack, and the natural special defense is also going to be really good too. So I'm excited for this one. Yeah, 464 HP is going to be pretty phenomenal. Anyway, these are just some builds that I kind of threw together over here. So here's what I want to do. Let's continue the discussion in the comments. Which Pokemon do you feel are going to be really good? And then, of course, let me know which moves you're going to put on them. If those are really good builds, I'll actually go through and EV train some of them within the game and get them ready for our next video, which showcases a lot of our community builds together and seeing exactly what we can bring over to Greninja, so that on day one, I'll try out all those Pokemon and I'll show you guys exactly what's the best way to solo this and the best way to play support in case you're playing online. Anyway, let's keep the discussion going in the comments. And there you have it, all the information that is currently available on Greninja right now. What do you think? I cannot wait to read all the comments in the comment section below about all the builds that you guys want to bring. As usual, like I said before, we are going to be hard carrying a lot of you guys, as many as we can, because we've done hundreds of Charizard raids and given out all of those. We've done hundreds of the Cinderace raids for both weekends, and now we're going to do the exact same thing. So yeah, not all heroes wear capes, right? Anyway, I'll be here for you guys, and I'll definitely help you out with that. Anyway, looking forward to reading all your comments. Thank you so much for subscribing, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care.